Hello and welcome to another Sayduck platform tutorial video. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the platform as a whole. And to do that, we will be building the tutorial product that we have in the platform. So let us begin. So to begin, we'll just click on the new product and then choose a name. I have chosen to make a configurator to highlight that feature at the end of this video. Now, the first thing to note that in the Sayduck platform, you will need to have your own 3D assets to use the platform. I have my tutorial asset here, and I'll just upload them to the platform by dragging them to the scene. Once the asset has been processed, they will appear in your Resources tab, and then also in your 3D scene, as you can see here. So these assets are used to create the nodes that are visible in your 3D scene. So we have the meshes, and each mesh has its own default material. Making changes to these materials will make changes to the nodes as well. Let's discuss a bit about the 3D scene as a whole. So in the Sayduck platform, let us discuss the 3D scene as a whole. So 3D scene has nodes, and there are various ways you can edit a node. So what is a node, for example? Node is the 3D object, and it consists of the mesh and a material and a position in the 3D space. So you can, for example, move a node if you like. So changing that. As you can see, this moves the node up in the air. Or you can edit the material in that node by choosing the material and then changing values on that material. You can also delete nodes from the scene. So you can just click the node and remove it from the scene. And also add nodes that you have here. So you can drag and drop a mesh file from here, or use the add node to add additional nodes in the scene. We will be now creating a variant with just white seat. So I will just edit the material here, name it white, as it's already white, and then I'll assign a texture for the shadows. Your uploaded textures can be assigned to your materials just by clicking the map slot and then choosing the texture. You can also drag and drop image assets to your maps. I'll show that soon. Now let's move to the legs. Same thing, legs. Let's name this Sayduck. And I can show you now the uploading process if you want to track it to a map value like that, whichever is easier for you. And then the occlusion map for the shadows. Perfect. Now we have created our first variant. And what is a variant? Variant represents your 3D scene as a whole. So these are the options that your customers can choose from. This variant we will name white and give it a white swatch color. Perfect. Now to create additional variants or new 3D scenes, you can just go here and click the Add Variant button. This will create a new scene that you can now customize. And to do that, we will be creating a new material that we assign to our node here, and then we'll change the material values on that to make a red seat. This, and again, the other way to create materials is to duplicate an existing material and then customizing that. For example, adding this one and changing the material here. When you duplicate a material, it already has the textures assigned, so it's easier to edit. And then you can just drag it to your legs. Perfect. Now I have 2 variants created. This will be red seat. Perfect. That is it for like a variant product. Now let's move to a configurator. So what is a configurator? Configurator is a product in which you want to change different elements of the product separately or independently of one another. So for example, I would want to change the seat color and the wood color separately. To do that, I would create a new configuration. Let's name this legs, and then here we have seat. And now what happens is that I have 2 3D scenes that I can work with that are loaded on top of each other. So for example, I can here now remove my legs node from this scene as well as this scene, and then add them here. So add node legs, assign it the material. And you can also access your variants from here if you want to have your resources tab open at the same time. It's easier to customize. So let's name this soup treated oak. Perfect. And now create our second variant, select that, and assign our other material. Materials are not the only thing you can customize. You can also add nodes. So for example, I can create a new part for our cushion. I can create the first scene, which will be no cushion. So I can just make this no and leave the 3D scene empty. And to my next option, I'll add gray fabric option. And to here, I will add the cushion node and then assign this material the fabric texture and add a bit of tiling to it to make the repeating pattern or increase the repeating pattern. Perfect. Now I have a fully configured build in which I can choose the seat, I can choose the legs, and then I can either add or remove a cushion. Perfect. Once your product has been built and you're happy with it, then the next thing is to publish it and to display it in your web. First thing you have to do is take a photo image of it and then add this image . Come on, not at this moment. Okay. So we are gonna have to cut here, and I will have to take an image. So once your product has been created, then the next step is to publish it. And to do that, you first have to upload your preview image of your product here. This image will be used on the all products page and not be shown in the 3D scene. So it doesn't matter what image you upload there. It just helps you to find your product better. Next, you can then just select the publish button. This will take around 15 seconds for it to publish, or less. Yeah, after that, your product has been published, and then you'll get to preview the 3D viewer. So you can open the preview page of it, and here is the result that you have built. So here we have our product, and I have the default picker here, so I can make changes to my 3D scene. Perfect. And to publish this, or to embed this, you can just have to. And to embed this, you just copy the embed code from here and then add it to any website like this. Perfect. That is it for this in-depth guide on the platform, and thank you for watching.